this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Thursday. This is Devils After Dark, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio studios in beautiful New Jersey and Beverly Hills, California at Scotty's Palacio Estates and American Whiskey. Welcome back, Scotty. It seems like it's been
nice to see you.
Eons ago since we last did Devils After Dark together. As the Devils losing I don't know. They lost a tough one to the Flyers, 2-1 tonight at the Rock. We got some folks at American Whiskey. We got some folks chiming in on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live. And Peyton, she's making the crowd happy.
There you go. Yeah, welcome everybody into Devils After Dark. It's nice to be back after taking I had a 1-game suspension there for dog vet purposes over there, but just in case you're wondering, Winston is okay. He's all good. His little ear infection is clearing up, so everything is nice over there. But thank you to the great king of the football calls, Sam Wu, for filling in the other day on Devils After Dark, and unfortunately, I thought I was going to come back to a big W, but another L plaguing our boys on this Thursday evening. What's up, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch, and everyone at American Whiskey who are drowning their sorrows at the bar with an adult beverage. Thanks to our girl Peyton and all the bartenders over there. Please take care of them, and they will take care of you. And man, this was definitely a tough one, Sam. Well, let's talk about it right now, exclusively on the Let's Go Devils Podcast Network on Devils After Dark. So game number 30 of the year. Saw some changes made to the lineup from the last game. You know, Ball was in there. Smith was out. Well, flip-flop it. Ball is out. Smith is back in. And congratulations to Brendan Smith playing his 600th game in the National this evening. And Alexander Holtz back in the lineup. Andreas Janssen back out of the lineup. Vanacek in. All sorts of good stuff over there. Holtz up on power play unit 1, which we saw pretty early on in the game. It was basically, there were a lot of bright spots, but the one true bright spot for the Devils this evening happened at the puff, pass time of 4:20 into the first period on the power play. It's the man, Jack Hughes, the superstar that he is, coming through with his 16th goal of the season. Thanks to Dougie Hamilton for keeping the puck in the zone over there, giving the puck to Jack, and really he just makes the magic happen there, bobbing and weaving his way through 2 Philadelphia Flyers defensemen, gets in close on Don't Call Me Corey Hart, and makes a little forehand, backhand, back to his forehand move, and he is able to roof the puck far side. It was almost like he put the puck around Carter Hart there for his 16th goal of the season. It's a PPG right there for the Devils, and he had a really good feeling about the team. And by the way, Dougie gets the assist. That's 16 goals for Jack, 16 assists for Dougie Hamilton on the season so far. And right after that, Vitek Vanacek made his presence felt, had a big monstrous glove save on Konechny. Made, I don't know who it was, had a blast. Was it Ristolainen? Had a blast from the point that went off his mask. Then he made another huge glove save. You thought the Devils were in for a really good game, and they were peppering Hart with shots all over the place. But we do know the Flyers. Johnny Torts, he's going to have that team blocking shots left and right, and that's what they were doing, getting in those lanes. We go off, and actually Miles Wood, right at the end of the first period, Miles Wood takes an incidental double minor high sticking. I do not think it was on purpose. He gave the old stick tap to whoever it was afterwards, but it was a 4-minute minor. And the Devils killed it off. The PK was strong. The force is strong with the PK on that 4-minute double minor. I believe they only allowed one shot on goal. One shot on goal on that double minor penalty, and then the Devils end up getting a power play. They get a 5-on-3, but they can't connect on it. And then some fun stuff happens. Some stuff that we're not used to seeing in Devils games the past couple seasons. The old fisticuffs. How about Mikey McLeod getting tripped up by the ref? All those referees. First, they can't call offsides. Then they got to take back so many goals that they say were kicked in. And now they trip Mikey McLeod. And he went after, who was it? I can't even remember who it was now. Oh, Delorier, who is one of the best fighters in the league. He's one of the league's tough guys. He's pretty good. He's a pretty good fighter over there. And Mikey McLeod, I got to say, he took some shots. And you could hear Dano saying, like, oh, refs, get in there. Because he was starting to let loose with some of those punches to Mikey McLeod. But we got to give credit to Mikey McLeod. Beer Baron's man crush, which I hope he's mad at him again. Maybe that's why he was out there fighting today, because Beer Baron told him that he was mad at him again. But Mikey McLeod really stood his ground. He took some big shots. At one point, he kind of lost his footing, and Delorier kind of caught him with an uppercut. I don't know how much of that, made contact, but it looked like it did. You couldn't get a really clear shot on it on the replay, but it looked like it made contact, and I was like, oh, boy. McLeod is going to get roughed up here. But he stood his ground, and when he could have tapped out on the back shoulder, he could have said, no, refs, come on, get in there. Linesman, please break this up. He says, no. He pulls a Cam Jansen, and he waves him off. And although Mikey McLeod didn't land many, he wound up with a big monster right hand that he was able to land right on Delorier. And what a shot that was right there to kind of even up the fight, even though Delorier got way more pop. Yes, Sam Wu.
I just want to comment, that moment reminded me of Rocky IV, when Rocky was getting pounded in the second round, and then he takes that right punch to Ivan Drago. Kind of reminded me of Mikey McLeod, and then he stuns him, and then Mikey McLeod was coming back in that fight.
Well, a little bit. That was kind of really the one or two shots that he did get to land there. One of them was a big haymaker.
That's the only movie I've ever watched, by the way. That's how I knew
okay,
that.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Yeah. Good to, I must break you. I think that's what Delorier was saying to McLeod after that point. But McLeod stood his ground, so you got to give him credit for that, especially the Devils, who don't have a lot of big, tough guys on there. I got to really give Mikey McLeod a pat on the back for that one. And he did get that one haymaker in there that was really good. And Delorier ended up cutting his hand, I think on McLeod's visor at one point. But still, the fisticuffs were flying. Fun to see every now and then. I thought McLeod was going to get rocked there when that uppercut came through, but he didn't. And that's what I like to see. You don't want to see fights where guys are getting like knocked out cold and their heads might be hitting on the ice, slamming on the back. The scrums and stuff like that. That good fight where they kind of end and they both just kind of tap each other on the back. That's the kind of fights you like to see. You want to see the punches thrown, you want to see everything like that, but you don't want to see anyone get like completely dropped in the sense that they may smack their head on the ice and have a bad situation, a la, like a Mike Peluso back in the day and all that stuff that he went through. What was that, with Tony Twist, or was it Kelly Chase? I can't even remember who that was, but that was a bad one. It does happen every now and then. Some guys deserve it, but I think this was a good tilt right there. Mikey McLeod standing up. So love to see that over there. And then just a few minutes later, Brendan Smith in game number 600, he says, what the hell? I'm going to get into it as well. And he lands 2 or 3 shots that he got in there and definitely, won that fight, took down whoever it was from the Flyers. Who that guy, I remember, wasn't the biggest fighter in the world, but still, they had a little scrum, little scuffle. Want to go? Let's go. And again, good fight. Guys throw a couple punches. Smith landed 2 really good ones. He might have got a third in there as well. But love to see it over there. Didn't love to see, though, was Lawton scoring at 4:12 of the second period. Power play goal for the Flyers. So 2 power play goals, one's for the Devils, one for the Flyers in this game. Tied up 1-1 going into the third period. And we all know, unfortunately, what happens here. The Devils were peppering shots all over the place. They had so many prime opportunities. Love to see the feistiness. Love to see Nico Hischier getting in there. Love to see when I think it was Konechny that took the cross-checking penalty on Jack Hughes. You saw Nico right over there. That was to go on, I think that was to go on the 5-on-3 at that point. But you saw Nico get right in there, give him the old face wash and everything like that. Love seeing the boys stick up for themselves because they got it. They're a smaller team, and we've talked about, I think there's only one game that they have out-hit their opponent this year. One game. So they got to make their own muscle and get out there and do it. Hey, there's our girl Peyton at American Whiskey over there. Serving up the drinks. Serve them up with her awesome Devil shirt on over there. So going into the third period, again, the Devils had so many opportunities, but they couldn't cash in. Carter Hart, much like game 1 of the season, was looking like a Vezina winner, out there just stopping everything that the Devils can possibly throw at them. And then, of course, about halfway through the third period, Konechny gets his 12th of the season at 11:46. Oh, Damon Severson. And you had that bad feeling. Once the Flyers scored. Like, it kind of, I don't know about you, but it took me back to like last season, the previous seasons, where the Devils just throwing all these shots on goal, but they can't get that goal. And I don't know if it's, just a little rut that's going on right now. This is 4 games. 4 games, and 3 of these games have been in the division. Not good. Those were big point games right there that the Devils are losing. Islanders, Rangers, and now the Flyers. I know the Rangers, they got a point out of it, but like Sam Wu always says, no participation trophies over here. No moral victories. We want the W. We want the 2 points, especially against a team like the Flyers who are in the bottom of our division. These are games that we should and must win. We're a better team than Philadelphia. And this was the quote-unquote get-right game, okay? After the Stars, after the Rangers, after the Islanders, this was the one. And in the first period, you really thought it was going to happen. When Jack, had that goal so early on, you're like, okay, here we go. Boys are back. They're going to put a 5 spot up on the board tonight, and everything is going to feel good again, and they're going to get some momentum going. But it didn't happen. Instead, Carter Hart ends up getting the first star of the game, and he stands on his head through the end. And even right there at the very last second, the puck was trickling loose in the crease. Nico couldn't put it home on the 6-5 advantage. I mean, I think the Flyers iced the puck like 4 times there in the last minute of the game because the Devils were just pushing and pushing and pushing. Alexander Holtz, I thought, had a great game. You saw him out there on some big opportunities. 4th line, getting some minutes late in the third period. I mean, he wound up for a monster shot there. But Carter Hart was there to make the save. Carter Hart was there to make the save. Devils lose 2-1 on the home ice. Oof. Ugh. UGH. That's how I would describe this game over here. 3 stars. Hart gets your first star. Konechny gets your second. Jack Hughes gets your third. And we can give it, even though it's in an L, but we can give the Devils our Slayer Raining Blood Raining Pucks from the Devils on the ice. 49 shots on goal. 49! And how many blocks did the Flyers have? Flyers had 22 blocks. And the Devils still had 49 shots on goal. 16, 14, 19 in the third period. Flyers had 7, 8, 9 for a total of 24, which is basically the Devils' average. They average giving up around 22, 23, 24 shots. 49 shots on goal, and they only put 1 past Carter Hart. Zetterlund had a couple of good opportunities, couldn't cash them in. Sharon Govich, I was so excited. I thought I was going to get to do the Aussie. Sharon Govich. All for naught. All for naught tonight. Face-offs. Devils, the Flyers actually had the advantage, 53% to 47, which was definitely noticeable right there at the end of the game. I think McLeod lost one, someone else lost one, and then Nico finally won one in the offensive zone. Gotta get better on those faceoffs, guys. Flyers were 1 for 5 on the power play, so again, we're taking penalties. Don't like to see that. Devils were 1 for 3. Hits, 19 to 11, so we're out hit again. 22 blocks for the Flyers, 18 for the Devils. 7 giveaways, 8 takeaways, which is nice, but they couldn't convert them into that goal, which is what we really needed over there. 4th loss in a row. Who are these Devils? We go from 13 in a row to now 4 L's in a row. And if you say it's 1 or 2, it's like, okay, whatever. But now they've got a very good chance that they may have a longer streak, because coming up on Saturday, we got Florida. And then we got Carolina. And then we got Florida again. And then, the big bad Bruins come to town. This was supposed to be a very important stretch for the Devils. It's a very big test for this team. And so far, they are failing against other top-notch talent across the league. No bueno. So I want to know what you think about this. YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, Twitch. Everyone at American Whiskey, a big horns up to you. Do we need to be worried? Is there more of a shakeup coming? If there are changes that need to be made, what changes do you think they should be? Are we really missing Bastian and Palat that much? What's going on here? Because not only are they losing, well, they're not scoring goals either. Flyers 2-1. Dallas 4-1. There was a lot of empty net goals over there. Rangers, they put up 3. The Islanders, they put up 4 by the end of the game, but they were really, that was some late action right there. Do we need to be worried about this team? Florida, Carolina, Florida, Boston, Pittsburgh, who doesn't lose anymore apparently either. And then Carolina again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games now. The next 7 games are going to be against some high-quality talent. You've already lost 4 in a row. This was probably the quote-unquote easiest game of the bunch against Philly, and you couldn't put it home. Are there things to worry about with this Devils team? Let me know what you think. YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, Twitch. But first, we need to check in with the king of the football calls himself and the best damn fill-in man for Devils After Dark in the history of the world, Sam Wu. What in the wide world of sports is going on around here? The Devils are losing. I'm doing some Blazing Saddles over there. Sam Wu, tell us, what did you think of this game?
Number one, I've watched that movie, Blazing Saddles. But the only
you saw that one? Okay.
Yeah. The only quotes I know, I can't say on air.
Just go, what in the wide world of sports is going on around here?
Well, I've seen them. Oh, wait, that's a different movie.
That's a different movie.
Yeah, that's a different one. That's Half-Baked. Anyway.
We don't need no stinking badges. Hi, Peyton. Nice to see you.
Anyway. All right. I'm gonna make a statement here, and it's nothing personal.
Oh boy. Sam Wu's gonna make a statement. I love this. It's Headley. That's right, Stephen Engel. Go ahead.
Damon Severson's done with this team. I wanted him out a long time ago. I told you that I was high on Bastian, but Lindy Ruff was none too pleased during the press conferense.
Oh,
and
really?
you know
Because I didn't see it. I've been doing rambling,
I will read. What?
Please fill us in.
Let's see here. I retweeted Amanda Stein's tweet, and I'll read it verbatim from Amanda Stein. Her Twitter account at Amanda C. Stein.
Mm-hmm.
Lindy Ruff
And
called.
be nice to Amanda, please, everybody. Be nice to Amanda. Jeez.
I was being nice to her. I was just
Not you. I'm saying
Oh.
everyone else who, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Lindy Ruff called Damon Severson's play that led to the 2-1 goal, quote,
Mm-hmm.
totally unacceptable, end quote, comma, nowhere was that in their, quote, playbook, end quote. This might be the most agitated I've seen Lindy in a while. This is why I'm pissed at that play. Number one,
there's a lot of reasons to be pissed, but go ahead and tell us, Sam Wu.
The number one reason is he just may have dropped his trade value just a bit, because I mean it's quite obvious that he's on a contract here. It's quite obvious that the Devils, are now a contender, and you're still making these stupid plays. These are the demoralizing plays that are not only unacceptable, almost unforgivable. Like passing it, Damon Severson is not a rookie. If that happened to Alexander Holtz, okay, learning lesson. Wouldn't be so hard on him. You're a veteran and probably the longest tenured player on this team. You should know better not to do that. And if Lindy Ruff doesn't get mad, but he did get mad and didn't bench him, which he did pretty much bench him, I'd be even more concerned. But Lindy Ruff, Damon's already had so many chances. And we talked about butt puck. We talked about a lot of things. There's nothing personal, nothing personal against Damon Severson. I think he is a good hockey player.
Ramona would trade him tomorrow. Just wanted to let you know.
But these boneheaded plays that Severson, it's so frustrating because there's a lot in there with Severson, but sometimes the lapse in judgment, it's not just one play. Now this losing streak is now manifested. It's snowballing now. And in Game Day Live, I was kind of, reiterating David Waldstein's term of market correction. David Waldstein was the New York Times reporter that wrote the piece, what Damon Severson said about other players not taking it seriously and all that. And
Reed, you see the comments on YouTube over here from Max and Supernova.
That?
Supernova apparently would trade him tonight. And according to Max, Damon Severson, no one likes scoring on his own net more or passing to no one more than Damon Severson.
And again, and he feels I'm telling you, he probably feels terrible right now in the locker room.
Sure.
And
he better.
And
no Damon zone. Thank you, Steve Tartas.
But I hate to say it, he's gone. He's gone because there's no way he's baggage now. He keeps on making these stupid plays. Yep. It wasn't even a high risk, high reward play. It was high risk. What are you doing? Like, you're not supposed to do that. Have you noticed that this year that a lot of the Devils players are making the smarter plays by using the boards, the safer plays, the high percentage plays? That play was so boneheaded that, again, it goes back to what I said a year and a half ago. You know what? We should have cut our losses then and made it Seattle Kraken's problem. Okay? It would have been the Seattle Kraken's problem. We would have kept
King
bashing.
of the own goal.
If it wasn't for
we got some gems going on the YouTube page.
Of course.
I'm listening to you, buddy. I'm listening though.
Of course. But I'm even more pissed because I think it's quite obvious that he's going to be off the team, and I think his trade value, because they know that the Devils probably right now want to trade him. And right now, he just devalued himself just a little bit. Now, I would hope that he would learn his lesson, pay, get the punishment, and then come back and he's a Norris Trophy winning type defenseman the way he plays. But that's not going to happen because I've had enough. I think Devils fans have had enough. It's been 10 years already. I had high hopes that maybe, he could turn it around, resurrect that image of being the guy that screws it up all at certain moments.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe a change of scenery for Damon Severson would be best for his career. And I wish him
Who's going
well.
to take him, though? What are you going to get back for him?
The only team that probably would take him is somebody that's tanking for the first overall pick.
Arizona?
I don't know. Maybe
you play in the Mullet Arena?
Western Canadian team. I don't know, but this is not good. This is not good because it just like all that good feeling that Devils fans, the fans have felt during that winning streak, during that November run, all that good feeling. Wyatt.
You see Oogie Boogie? I'm ashamed to share a birthday with this guy. A career -28.
Oh.
Let it out, everybody. This will be
Just
like a Devil's therapy
let it
session
out,
over
let
here.
it out, let it out. And again, it's not.
And honestly, when I
nothing
was
personal
going over the
against
game
Damon.
review, nothing personal. When I was going over the game review, I didn't even want to touch on it because I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let Sam Wu go off on this because I know he's going to have some things to say.
But I'm not trashing the guy as a person. Just so you know, this is strictly an observation. This is strictly business. But I mean, come on, Damon. Like, how many times do we have to see this? I mean, these are preventable mistakes. Okay, now I feel like the Devils are regressing. Now it's not all Damon Severson. I think right now the Devils are really built for the regular season, but when the push comes to shove, in terms of the beefalytics, they have some beef. But I think part of the reason why they only got one goal against Carter Hart, aside from the fact Carter Hart played outstanding, was Carter Hart pretty much saw every shot on goal.
Yeah.
And you talk about, and again, you got to drive to the net, and not only drive to the net, but you've got to get in the goaltender's face. I mean, you've got to cause chaos. They did the right things, don't get me wrong, but this is where the Nathan Bastions of the world and the Miles Woods of the world and guys that have a knack in front of the net, I'm telling you, all it takes is a little distraction and the puck's in the net. I mean, they had, over 60, 70 chances? Some of them, a lot of them blocked.
22 blocks. 49 shots on goal. There you go. Mean, that's 70 chances right there. 71.
Yeah. And, okay, those are statistics, but you know what? I feel that Carter Hart saw every shot coming to him, even though there were high-quality chances, because he wasn't, he didn't have to look around. He was always in position. And credit him on that, but at the same time, it's like, my goodness, like, you can't get more than, you should at least get 3 or 4 goals out of that. And it just seems there were times where, I think some of the forwards, are they just getting overpowered, up front? I mean, the Flyers, I thought the Flyers did a good job. I mean, you would expect that from a Tortorella team, and they played a good game. They were gutsy, and
they're not as good as the Devils, though. The Devils should have beat them.
Yeah,
the Devils should not have lost that game. They should have put in more goals. They have to crash the net. They have to get the traffic in front. I mean, a lot of that is Bastion.
Yeah.
A lot of that was Palat. I mean, but Palat's been injured for quite some time now. You know?
Yeah.
What is going on
I think it's more than Palat, you know.
Well, I mean, another big issue is personally, I you know, out of like these newbies, Zetterlund has seemed to gone ice cold. Boquist was never hot to begin with, and just seems to be, you know, I mean, I like the kid and everything like that, but it just, he's been a prospect for like 5 years, I feel like, and it just doesn't really seem to be clicking. I mean, he can be like, he seems like he's more of an extra forward, like a guy that, you know, if there's an injury, you could push in there every now and then. But is he like a game breaker? I don't think so.
He's got an identity crisis. I think that's what Boquist is. It's identity. I don't know what kind of brand of hockey he plays, to be honest. I mean, he's a talented player, but I just don't. It's like, you know, Jack Hughes. He's got, you know, the skills, the finesse. Holtz has that shot. Boquist, what is he? Fills time?
Yeah,
I don't know. And it's again, it's.
And Holtz is a bigger kid too. I mean, he actually throws some hits out there, so it's nice to see. He's not just one of those wingers who's gonna like avoid contact and stuff. You know, he's playing down on that fourth line. I'm not sure what Boquist, you know, is bringing there. Zetterlund, he had some opportunities, but he's just been ice cold, I feel like. You know, if it's not Jack, Nico, or Jesper, where are we getting scoring from all of a sudden? Yeah. All of our secondary scoring is dried up. It's all dried up.
Yep.
You got Dougie. When's the last time, you know, and yes, he's playing awesome defensively, but when's the last time John Marino's got a point on the offensive score sheet? It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Graves was lining up for some of those big slap shots, and he was putting them home during that winning streak. That hasn't happened in quite some time. It's really been Dougie who's been the offensive threat. You know, you're not going to get a lot from Brendan Smith, so I'm not really doing stuff, looking much there. And Damon Severson, you know, he's been playing bottom pairing minutes because he's not been reliable. But a lot of that secondary scoring, where we had McLeod, where we had Miles Wood, where we had Nathan Bastian chipping in on a consistent basis because they were playing against other fourth lines where they can really take advantage of them, it's not happening anymore.
Yeah.
So the Devils need to realize that Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier cannot be the entire team. They can be superstars, but we need to still have secondary scoring. Lindy Ruff talked about it, wanted to switch up the lines to make sure you get rolling 4 lines again, playing a 60-minute game. But you got to get scoring. It's the name of the game.
And Holla
puck in the net.
And Holla can't even finish. I'm really
Holla can't finish. He's got some nice assist numbers right now, but he's got 1 goal. He's got 1 goal.
It's almost like Zaka is still here, but in a different body. And Holla stayed in Boston.
At least Holla can win some faceoffs, but yeah, I mean, basically that's how it's been. You know, I didn't think Holla was going to break the bank, you know, scoring goals or anything like that, but the inconsistency. You know, we're at game 30. He's got 1 goal.
Well,
I thought he'd at least have like 5 or 6 by now.
He could have had that other goal, but they blew the whistle too early.
Yeah, he's got 1.
Yeah,
when it comes down to it,
yeah,
he's got 1.
Yeah, I know, but like honestly, like that play, it's like now you actually, you know, get it on net instead of the crossbar or wide or whatever. That one time that they blow the whistle early. Anyway, just
so we got to see what's going to happen here. I think there's going to be some more changes. I don't know if there's going to be any call-ups. I mean, I would think Kevin Ball will probably be back in on defense. Unless Lindy is really going to give Severson another shot, but I wouldn't be surprised if that Florida game, he gets set down. Brendan Smith has been playing better than Damon Severson.
At the same time, if you're going to trade Severson, he can't be sitting down.
What are you going to trade him for, though? Who's gonna take that on as a rental? It doesn't look like he's gonna. You're gonna resign him. He's gonna be out on the free agent market. Who's gonna take? You're gonna get like a 5th round pick for him or something like that. It's gonna be ridiculous. I don't know if you sit him down and you try to like then get him back in and see if you could build his stock up a little bit more. But I don't know. Yeah, some couple Foot, Clark, Thompson. There's other guys that, might be ready and deserving for a shot. You know me, I love me some Nikita Ahoytuk. Boy, you want someone to start hitting people? Nikita Ahoytuk is your man.
They need some new blood in the lineup.
You want more offensive power? Maybe Walsh. Luke is looming, but they're going to be off at the what is it? The world tournament. The world, what is it? I can't remember which one it is. The U.S. team. Luke Hughes, Seamus Casey, right?
Yep.
Nemec is going to be playing for is it Team Czech or is it Slovakia? I can't remember which one. Slovakia. Okay. So I don't think you're going to see any of those guys yet, but Walsh, Ahoytuk, Kevin Ball, Foot, Clark, Thompson. You might start seeing them again. I don't know. Fabian Zetterlund went ice cold. Lindy tried to get him going today, put him back up on the top line. He had some ops, but, nothing got put home.
Yeah.
When you lose 4 in a row, I think there's going to be a shakeup. Especially a team that's on top like this, but everybody else is winning. Everybody else is winning. The Rangers are winning. The Islanders are winning. The Penguins got a streak going, unless it got snapped, but they're still winning a lot of games. Carolina, Capitals are starting to charge up the standings. You got teams starting to gobble up points. Leafs are going to pass us. The Bruins aren't stopping. So this team got to figure it out. I don't know what the deal is here. But a 4-game losing streak, a 2-game, whatever. Okay, you can say you have bad 2 games, but 3-game, you're like, oh boy. 4-game, and with the next 7 against the opponents that we are going against, could get for a messy situation over here.
Agreed.
So they got to figure this out. And they got to win some tough games, Sam Wu. And Damon Severson's got to start passing the puck to his own team,
Maybe he's a double agent.
He's a double agent.
Maybe he's on the Flyers payroll. Just to know about
it. Sean, Walsh isn't physical, I know, but he's offensive. Ahoytuk is your physical guy. Who's ready to rock? But the Devils need to start getting some more offense from their defense. The well is dried. Like I said, I don't remember when's the last time we done a football call? For John, Don't Call Me Dan, Laces Out, Isotonic Gloves, Marino. Feel like it's been forever, Sam Wu.
Mm-hmm.
All that scoring that we were getting during that streak, So we'll see what happens. Let's get to you versus Wu right now. Brought to you by betstamp.app. You can play along all season. Just download the app. Maybe get a little gambling going. A little basic bet on the game as long as you can gamble responsibly. But let's see and check in with what did our very good friend Vinny Parisi have for his score prediction today, Sam Wu?
He had 5-2 Devils victory.
He had a 5-2 Devils victory. Okay, how about Sam Wu?
Well, he actually, how does that work? Because the Flyers did score 2 goals.
Okay, we can give it to him. We'll give him that. We'll give him an
No,
OTL
I'm not
for,
wanting you to, but I'm just wondering.
We'll give him an OTL for that. Okay. How about the great Sam Wu? What was your score prediction?
3-2 Devils.
3-2 Devils. Okay, well, we'll give you an OTL as well because you had the Flyers correct. So there you go. Sam Wu is moving up the rankings.
Yes.
He's got more points he's got the same amount of points as the Devils in the last 4 games over there. So
Hey,
what do you know?
That's how.
What do you
tells
know?
you how bad the Devils are.
I think everyone had this one wrong. And Max, I don't know. Do we mix up the D pairs? I mean, again, the Devils only gave up 24 shots on goal. Vanacek made some really big saves, especially early in the first. He had those 2 monster glove saves. The one off the helmet.
Yep.
He was clutch. I mean, he gave up that one to Konechny, but I mean, that was kind of, you could really put that one on Damon Severson.
Yep.
Steve says the issue was the offense. Ramona agrees. We need to score more. Again.
I'm telling you.
Paul C says we need more physical forwards. They get bullied every game.
I'm telling you, they got to go hard to the net. When they were on their winning streak, I mean, they harassed goaltenders.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about with the shot. I mean, they were buzzing in front of the net where goaltenders were distracted along the way. Right. Again, go back to the video, watch Carter Hart.
He got Severson. Oh, you guys. I love you guys. YouTube Live. You make me laugh all the time. Even in this ugh type of moment, you guys are always making us laugh.
Yeah.
And Andy, 49 shots. 49 shots.
Oh, we gotta give a shout out to Facebook Live because lately they've been complaining that we don't even read their comments anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry, Facebook Live.
Yeah. Ball should have played
Who's on
tonight.
Facebook Live?
Corey Elk. Jason
Okay.
Where's Brapp been? Good point. I mean, he's getting his chances. I wouldn't say
He's getting his chances, but he's not putting them home.
Yeah.
He's not putting them home.
I'm telling you, Jesper, that's going to knock off another $2 million per year. You know, maybe that's a blessing in disguise.
I'd rather win. I would rather win.
I know. I'm only kidding around about it.
Although I don't know if anyone saw this, Mr. Bettman made a statement about the salary cap. Don't look like it's going to go up very much in the next season or two. So if anyone is, if anyone's interested about that, which these player salaries are increasing and increasing, but the salary cap is not going anywhere. It's going to make it mighty difficult to start signing some of these players. Hence why the Devils are wearing 4 different jerseys probably this year, trying to make all this extra money. But yeah, that salary cap doesn't look like it's going to go. I mean, if it does, it's going to go up like $1 million or $2 million, which is really, that's not going to do very much. So there was an article. Where was I reading about it? I think it was on Pro Hockey Rumors or something like that.
Yeah.
I was reading about it. That's not good news, especially for a team like the Devils who has a lot of young talent that eventually they're going to have to sign them to these contracts.
69 Megas
back. 69 Megas back. Oh!
Report.
Our big fan.
Report.
I love that only happened. Oh, you know why? It's because it's another streak. Unfortunately, it's a losing streak. That only happened during the winning streak where 69 Mega would show up for us. Welcome back, 69 Mega. And now you've been banned once again.
I don't know how
you're banned from the store. You're banned. I know what you're doing. Plums with the red on side. This is for Kramer.
Didn't watch it.
That's a Seinfeld reference.
I know,
there,
I
Sam.
know. Let's see here.
You banning me from the store, Joe? I'm banning you. Me? You banned.
All
right.
Scotty.
Let's wrap it up. 2 minutes for spamming. Thank you, Steve Tartas. Very nice. Very well played, sir. All right, so we'll be back again. I'm sure there's going to be a Woo report coming at you tomorrow with the great king of the football calls, Sam Woo, keeping you up to date. Maybe we'll get some information after practice. I hope Lindy kind of rips into a couple players. Maybe lets loose a little bit. Be patient. That's right, Steve. We'll have to be patient until Saturday night. That's another home game. Florida.
Yeah, Florida. 7:30 p.m.
So you know, American Whiskey will be rocking for the Devils on a Saturday night, 7:30. It's a little later. It's like the old school back in the day when the games used to start at 7:30 all the time.
It was 7:30.
I used to love those 7:30 starts. But yeah, so 7:30. I think there's a Seton Hall game or something like that at the Rock a little bit earlier. So they gotta flip it. They gotta do it. I'll flip you. I'll flip you for real. You know what movie that is, Sam Wu? I'll flip you. I'll flip you for real. Usual Suspects. Have you never seen The Usual Suspects either?
You know what? I
wasn't
allowed to watch.
We're gonna have to go on like a movie binge one of these days. I'm gonna take over your house one day and bring over like my entire old school movie collection.
VHS?
We're gonna pop open the VHS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're gonna pop open the VHS for you. But Saturday, American Whiskey will be popping. We'll have Game Day Live and Devils After Dark for you. So if you're going down to the Rock, make sure you stop by American Whiskey, grab a drink, grab some nachos, tip your bartenders, have a lot of fun, and look up at the screens, and you will see Game Day Live with Vinny Parisi and Sam Wu. And then after the game, which I hope we are celebrating a Devils victory, we will cheers to them. We hope after the game on Devils After Dark from American Whiskey, and I'll still be out here in Beverly Hills. But either way, let's hope that we're celebrating a W come this Saturday.
Yes.
All right, Sam Wu. Let's wrap this bad boy up, huh?
Hit the music.
Thank you, everybody. By the way, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch. And everyone at American Whiskey.
Yeah. Thank you all. Keep the faith. Till next time, let's go Devils.